In this video, I want to show you how to design the basic desk organizer, which is a block machined to fit pencils or pens and a phone and stuff like that. So here we go. First of all, we're going to start a sketch on a plane. A horizontal plane makes the most sense. Then we're going to draw a rectangle. R for rectangle, click on the origin, move your mouse up and to the right, and click your scroll wheel on your mouse to pan around so that you get to the right size. We're going to do 3 inches tall, tab on your keyboard, 8 inches wide, and then hit enter. If you miss the dimensioning, you can go back and adjust it by double clicking on it. You can also, if the dimension's not there at all, you can go create sketch dimension or shortcut D, click on the edge of the design, not on this icon, but on the line itself. Move your mouse what is normal distance about 1 inch off for this one, and say 3 for that. Okay, next we're going to design the pockets that we want to have in here, and I'm going to show you a couple of skills for that. First, we're going to place a rectangle or shortcut R over here, and then we're going to put another rectangle here, and then we're going to put a line of circles. So I'm going to put on 1 circle right here. The constraints for this project require that every hole you make be slightly bigger than 1/4 of an inch or 0.25. And the appropriate size for pencils is 5/16 of an inch, fraction. So we're going to go D for dimension. Click on this line here and move your mouse an appropriate distance out wherever you can get a nice dimension on there. And we'll say 5 divided by 16 and hit enter. All right, its point also comes out to 0.313. Then we're going to use the dimensioning tool, D again, to make sure that this is a uniform distance from the edge. I think 1 looks good, and I think we'll do it about 0.75. I skipped through that a little bit too quickly. Let me do that again. So first thing is when you hit the dimensioning tool, you're selecting the object itself. Then you're selecting what you would like to dimension it from, which in case is this line, and then you're moving to the side. And I would say this one could be 0.75, and then we'll do this distance here, or this distance here, D for dimension, click on the circle, click on the line, and move your mouse up, and we'll point that at 1 inch over. Notice the circle turns black, and these are still blue. Blue lines have not been fully dimensioned. They can still move, so if I hit escape to get out of my dimensioning tool, I can drag this line around still, but I cannot drag this around because it has been locked. Okay, D for dimension. All right, now let's do a pattern first. Let's go to create rectangular pattern. This is confusing because we're making a bunch of circles, but the pattern that we're laying out the circles is in a line, and a line is a kind of rectangle. So we're going to do rectangle, click on direction. So first we've got our object selected, which is the blue, in this case, perimeter of the circle. Then we'll do direction select and click this line. And then we're going to do extent. Extent means that you're going to spread out your number of circles along the whole length of this extent, as opposed to marking the spacing between the circles. All right, we're going to do a distance of 5, and we notice they're going the wrong direction. So I'm going to turn my distance to -5 to send them in the correct direction. And you could decide on how many, but I don't know, maybe 6 looks like a good number. And click on OK. Then now we're going to dimension our rectangles. If you want a phone to fit in and stand up in a slot, 3.5 inches is a good measurement. So I'm going to make this 3.5. And we want everything to be dimensioned from an edge. And 0.75 in this one here. So this is 0.75. And that dimension's in a bad spot, so I'm going to move it over a little bit. Come on. Oh, my computer froze a little bit. Let's see if I can get that to work now. There we go. D for dimension, and 0.75, enter. Now we want this distance here to be something, looks like 0.5 would look good. And we want this one to be something over here. Looks like 1 would look good, or maybe a little bit less, 0.75. All right, I could also dimension this over here, and we want everything to turn black, so I'm going to do this to 2 inches. This could be just a little spot for erasers or something like that. Oh, notice if you dimension the same or opposite sides of a rectangle, it gives you the warning that you can only do one side of a rectangle. And this side here, we'll do 1, and this dimension here, we'll do 0.75, and this dimension here, we'll do 0.5. If you miss some of those, it may still work, but it is better to fully dimension your design. All right, most of the work is in the sketch, and we are done with it now. So I'm going to go to Finish Sketch. I'm going to orbit slightly, holding Shift and clicking the scroll wheel. And I'm going to pull this shape down by using a Create Extrude command. Remember, I already hit Finish Sketch. And this is my one sketch that I've designed of everything that I'm doing. Create Extrude, shortcut E, or this button. Click on the whole shape. And at this point, I would actually select all of your holes as well, so you have a fully blue rectangle. And I'm going to type -1 to make a solid block. And, confusingly, your sketch disappears. But go back to your browser and turn on your sketch. Now you'll notice that in your history, you've got a sketch and an extrude command. And it is at this point that I want to remind you to make sure to save your file as in your turn-in folder. Okay, now you can go E for extrude, click on the holes, and decide on a depth. I wouldn't go all the way through, but I would go somewhat close to it for some of them. So I'm going to go -0.5 for that one. E for extrude, click on this one, -0.75 for the phone spot. E for extrude, click all these guys. And you can type right here, or you can type in the auto box that pops up like I've been doing. Either one works. Let's do -0.8 for this one. A little bit deeper so the pencils stand up nicely. All right. That is your desk organizer. I will show you how to manufacture it later.